Shubham, I'll come to you. I loved your character. Also, there are so many talented actors. While I was watching, every episode had a great actor coming and performing a terrific role and going. Do you want to tell the audience who are watching, where does your character come in this show?
Um, I think Feroz plays a very interesting part in this
Hmm.
series. We've been talking a lot about fathers and sons. In the
Right,
book, especially, he uh, sort of carries the responsibility of the future of his family, because his family is
hmm,
facing against Mahesh Kapoor, even though they are
right,
best friends. They're, they're on the other side of the zamindari road because they are a
right,
family of landowners, they're Nawabs. And I think that mirror relationship is very interesting. So, my
great.
father and my best friend's father are best
Hmm.
friends. And
Right,
I think that mirror relationship, twinned with like the actual mirror relationship between the Hindu and Muslim interplay as
right,
well. Uh,
right,
it's a very interesting counterpart that I think the
right,
Nawab family and Firoz plays
right.
nicely as well.
Yeah, and very, very well done, I have to say. It's a this is set in the 50s, post-independence. There are Hindu-Muslim problems. There are people fighting for land. There are two lovers who don't get to love, and people have an objection. How much of a reflection of today's society do you all see? Ram Kapoor, I'll start with you.
It's almost like a mirror image, man. I mean, it's so relevant. All these issues we're dealing with still today, even though we've made so much progress as a country, of course we
Yeah,
have, but
right.
these basic issues are very deep rooted in our society, and to
Yeah,
some extent, there always will be. Um,
they will.
and I think that was one of the reason. That was one of the reason that this book did so well,
Mm,
because it's not only of a young girl discovering herself and
right,
choosing a suitor, but uh, it is also a nation discovering himself. And I think we are still in the process of self-discovery as a nation. Um,
yeah, yeah,
Anybody who reads, when I read the book, I could relate to a lot of it, and
okay.
that's I think one of the USPs of Vikram Seth's novel.
Right, right. Ishan, you are from the younger lot. When you see this 50s में भी यही चल रहा था, 2020 में भी यही चल रहा है. Uh, how do you see all this?
Well, when you were describing the predicament, uh, the atmosphere of the show, you
Yeah,
said there are two lovers who don't get to love. To that, I'd like to say they do get to love, but they aren't
they do get to
accepted
love.
for it,
They are
and
unaccepted. Right.
it is not accepted by society, which is something that I think all of us can relate with today as well.
Right.
I think that acceptance and I would like to I would say tolerance because we've been hearing it so much, but I don't think that's a
Mm-hmm.
nice word to use because why should we
Sure.
tolerate each other? We should coexist, and I think that is
Right.
the very
Very
fabric of
important.
our country. We are cut
Mm-hmm.
from a cloth that is secular in its fabric,
Right.
and I think we should be very proud of that. We are the largest secular nation, the largest democracy, and that is our identity. That's what makes us who we are, and so that is one of the themes of the show.
One of the themes
And
of the
of
show.
course,
Right.
there are many other layers to it, which you will see as you see the show. But it's obviously the perspective is a contemporary one, even though the story is set in
Right.
1951. Every artist, their political views and who they are is
Mm-hmm.
represented in their work, and so of course
Fair
you
enough.
see a lot of relevance. The story inherently
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of things that you could draw parallels of in today's time,
Right.
but I think Mira D is one such filmmaker. She doesn't hold back from speaking her mind and conveying
Right.
conveying her beliefs, and
Right.
you see them very simply portrayed in this,
Right.
and yeah, and I think it should be watched and studied and not. I mean, we do live in a hostile environment today, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it should be. I think we should be given the as artists, you should be allowed to really speak your mind, and freedom of speech and
Right,
should be given to artists, because only then will we be able to start a discourse. And
right.
the fact that you're even asking this question today means that it's
Means that,
important. It is something that we
right,
should talk
right.
about. A
No,
discourse
great
in
and great
general
to
is
get a
important about many.
no, and good to get a young perspective. Very nice. Thank you so much. Vijay, आपसे, he corrected me, and what he said was absolutely right. That they get to love and they are not accepted. खाली एक difference था, उस time पे Twitter नहीं था, और अब Twitter भी add हो गया इसमें. What more difference do you see?
Yeah, you're right. इसमें तो यार, I was watching Indian matchmaking. It's like it's very difficult to accept love in several scenarios. There are family members who don't like what you choose. There could be any reason for people to not like what you choose. So it's very
Right, right,
subjective. It's also 2,000 years of conditioning, and then there's civilization, and there is a evolution that we've gone through in a way that we choose the best partner for ourselves, and we disregarded that. We opened ourselves to more, from one tribe to the other tribe, from inter-tribe to inter-caste to inter-religion, and so on and so forth. So we try to make
right,
the world a smaller place, a more
right,
accessible place, so that everybody is at the core a human being, and
right.
what matters is a connection with another human. So yeah.
Right.